Hello everyone, this is Suntan2 and welcome to another mod overview, this time on Desertland, a dimension mod with a bunch of mobs, few weapons, some armor or clothing for villagers probably, a few blocks, and that's about it. I'll just get through the mobs and then I'll go straight to the dimension portion. So we've got iguanas, which pretty simple. If you attack them, they will in fact bite you and nibble at you. Don't do much health damage, I mean. Desert villagers, nuggets, diamond, bread, iron pick, shield for whatever reason, that's interesting. Bread, you can actually get the villager clothing, which is interesting because I got it the first time I was trying this out, which is like my third or fourth time they're attempt recording this. Yeah, been interesting. You're not actually giving up a lot more than most of them that have traded with me. That's interesting. They do give up eventually, but for the moment this one's not doing so, which is interesting. Gold orb, which you do need to activate the portal, or you just get from killing husks in the desert, which is probably the more common way you'd be going about this, since these guys are more so in the mod than outside it. So yeah, hello. We've got scourges, which are like the small scorpions, which do a decent amount of small damage. It's got scourges, which do shoot poison at you besides biting. From a distance though, they will actually get you. You can also get shells, which make this, and then this you get from the big one, Scourgeld, which these guys can also be very tough, with 120 health, and spray out quite a bit of poison. Come on. Either way. And hyenas, which are basically wolves, or the equivalent to. Either way, you can tame them. Now, you get this from killing these big ones. They're definitely not resistant to it, I just can't kill them. Either way, let's go in. And it doesn't matter when you do the portal, you can do the exact same as a nether portal and it'll go, as long as you've got the main things. Hello, do you follow me? Oh, you probably just got through here. Go into spectator mode, and you are, yes, at Y level 2. And then you dig up, and then obviously you find structures, mobs, and other things. We'll just skip to the structures. You've got 2 biomes though, according to the debug menu. You've got rocky deserts, and you've got steep, which is different. You've got the structure, this door, let's go straight through. There's a tunnel here, and then from there, you've got different things to consider. Sometimes in that you can bash through these, other times there's just, you know, the thick stone, you can tell, like over there-ish or so, where it's not a brick shape, that you can break them, but they usually lead to a dead end. There is loot, which you can't normally get in spectator mode unless you've actually opened it. It's pretty decent. And there is also spawners, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember where they're hidden. Probably find it with the other structure, but there's usually around about probably 1 to 2 chests or so. I just haven't found the other one right now. This is the spawner. I'll show the other location, which is a sort of not really spawned in structure, but there is actually stuff underneath. At least from what you can see there. Just found bits and pieces where they lead somewhere, but you're not exactly sure at first. So, we've got the chest here, something a bit different, and I'll show obviously there's durability for those, just in case I miss those later. I'm pretty sure the spawners range from the small ones. Yeah, I think they spawn maybe even the mediums as well. They don't spawn the big ones. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So the structures, mobs, blocks, and there is supposed to be a boss, but I haven't found one. And if... oh, it's boss region. And if these guys are the boss, because they're like the big ones, where you get, obviously, a weapon out of it, and they got 120 health in comparison to the others having probably less than 50 or so, then I'm assuming they're a boss for this dimension, but I haven't actually found them spawning. So I don't know if they're a boss or not, or even if the boss is implemented yet. I'm pretty sure it might not be. But either way, this is pretty much the mod in a nutshell. Is a new dimension, you spawn in, there's a few mobs that spawn, a few blocks, and otherwise you can actually use a bed and sleep in here, surprisingly enough, which is interesting. I'll just get in. Bed, it does actually recognize it, and you can actually sleep in this dimension, unlike, say, the Nether or the End. So if you wanted to live in this dimension for whatever reason, you can. Pretty much. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.